Natasha Hastings.
And
Katerina Stefanini.
And we're gonna go over some beauty tips today. We're gonna go over like how I know myself and Natasha prepare ourselves for competition. And then also we're gonna kind of do like, you know, what we do a little outside the track, kind of like judge it up a little bit. So we're getting ready to start. First thing, always make sure your skin is clean and moisturized before you put your makeup on. The key to great makeup is a great foundation, which is your face and your skin. So
that means having good skin too. Good skin means good foundation. So you have to take care of your skin under the makeup.
Like, I feel like eyebrows really frame the face. So sometimes like it looks weird, like, well, to me, I feel like it looks weird when my eyebrows are not like there. But I want them to still look realistic. So I kind of use light, short strokes to kind of mimic what your hair would look like. And I think that what helps make eyebrows look believable. Because, you know, eyebrows are not the same. One is always different than the other.
They're sisters, not twins.
Yeah. So you can always play around with them.
That is one thing that drives me crazy. So try to do what you're doing and fill them in, and I can see that they're not the same, and then I'll try to fix the one, and then I'll try to fix the other. What happens when you go out and here, especially in Rome, that it's warm and you'll start sweating? Like a lot of times I feel like I'm melting. No.
So the key is light application. Don't use too much, and then don't wipe. Pat. So, because you're gonna sweat, it's gonna happen. I actually feel like my makeup looks better once I start to sweat because it kind of oxidizes and it looks more skin-like. So I do like to sweat a little bit, not too much, of course, because then there's makeup everywhere.
Yeah.
But I usually take a towel with me and I just pat dry instead of wipe. Yeah, Michelle's a little bit more glam than me. My makeup is like very basic.
I disagree. The only thing, the difference between my makeup and her makeup is that I do eyeshadow, she doesn't. She's just like an eyeliner girl, but she's gonna have on all the concealer, she's gonna contour, she's gonna have on blush. She just doesn't do eyeshadow. So she is glamorous and she does do all that.
Glam than me though.
Well, it depends.
We're going to see at the end.
Doing the concealer underneath your eyebrows and on top if you need to. That way you can always fix anything you mess up and make that line look smoother. And also if you're in between like your eyebrow appointments, this kind of help get rid of. I do take, so the one I use underneath my eyes is like a little lighter. Like even if I don't put on makeup, if my eyes look bad, I'll at least put the concealer on my eye. So then that way it does brighten your face. So I take my sponge and I will like spread it all out.
This tapping seems to take a lot of patience that I don't have.
You don't want those what is it called, clown lines?
Yeah.
Like you can
so like the whole thing with makeup, you want to know where one thing ends and the other thing begins. Where okay, this is that, that's this.
Yeah.
Same thing in your eyeshadow. You want to blend it all to where they transition into each other and not laying next to each other. My next step.
Do you bake?
I do. I just was trying to decide. Okay, I guess I'll do that now. Yeah. So this is a little bit more advanced.
She's gonna be like, I'm not doing that.
We do this thing called baking. That's like in the makeup world, especially on YouTube, that's the term. So it's like once you put on your concealer and you want it to stick, you put powder on and let it sit there for a minute. So I put the powder underneath my eyes and then I'll do my eyeshadow. So then that way, if anything fell off my face onto my the powder that's sitting there, I can easily brush it away.
Don't be afraid, okay?
This is exactly what I do when I put makeup on. I just do the baking at the end. So when you compete, do you ever, or like train and sweat, do you ever have the issue of things are melting into your eyes?
No, not too much, because what happened is I do use a waterproof eyeliner. Like that's hands down you have to have.
Okay.
Because and mascara.
Okay.
Because that right there, those two things, if water does touch them, they will really run. So those two I know for sure that I hands down have to have and waterproof. But also not having on so much on my face. If I have just a little bit of powder just to kind of just look a little nicer, that's okay, because when you sweat, it's not going to really run down different colors.
Okay, yeah.
And so another thing I do, I try to make sure that when I am sweating on my forehead, I try to pat it before it runs all in my eyes. So
I think #1 tip is patting.
And so let's say this too, there's no one correct way to do makeup. You can do makeup however you choose. These are the parts where the light naturally most hits your face. So you want to make sure you keep these areas brighter, and then where shadows naturally cast is like right underneath your cheekbone and stuff like that. So you kind of want to keep the natural shadows of the face. So we normally highlight where light would naturally hit, where you want light to shine.
You're being nice about natural light and natural shadows. I like a skinny face. So I'm chiseling my face. I want a skinny nose, high cheekbones, and skinny cheeks. So wait, before she goes into her eyeshadow, let me show you what I do for my eyeshadow. So this is my contour palette. I take this brush, I dip it in there, and I swoop through my crease. And that's my eyeshadow.
Because you like natural makeup, I'll do more of a natural look.
Okay.
So for me, I always feel that always finding a great transition color. Something that some people can go for a shade that's close to their skin, or something a little close to their skin but pink or a little orangey. It just depends on what you like. So this one's I'm like a little, and I put this in my crease. So it adds a little color to the face, but not a lot. And then I'll go in with a lighter color for my base. It's like a light tan color. I'm gonna go in with the darker color. I'm gonna use a lighter brush. And you wanna see with darker colors, you wanna start lighter. You don't wanna like pile on all the dark color and then you get something in place and you're like, oh my God, I really want it there. But if you start light, just kind of start brushing it lightly in the area where you want. Like for me, like if I'm doing like interviews and stuff, this is like my go-to look. I tried, but not really kind of look because it's natural, but you can tell I've done something with this. And then one of my favorite parts, but also sometimes one of the hardest things, is eyeliner. So one of my tricks, I like to start on the outside and bring it in.
Oh, that's yours?
Yeah.
I start on the middle, work out, and then.
Yeah. So then that way.
Yeah, that we do the same way.
Yeah. Well, outside, middle, from the middle out. My first few lines, I try to get as close to my lash line as possible. And it also depends on how your lashes grow. Because some people, lashes grow like really close to each other. So when they put on it, like me, I feel like I always still have that space between my lashes and my eyeliner. And then I'll show you a trick at the end how to kind of close in that space.
So if you have a brush that's like really flimsy, then the brush will be all over the place and you can't really control where the line goes. So something firm, this is what do they call this, felt?
Yes,
this is a felt tip. So you have a little bit more, it's a little stiffer. So you have a little bit more control over the brush.
And then this one is more like a paintbrush. So then therefore, it gives you some flexibility, but since they're short and compact, you still have that sturdiness. Yeah.
Do you wing your eyeliner?
Do what?
The way I do it, I do what Michelle did as far as like short strokes and lining. I come out to the outside of the eye and I kind of line my tip up with the bottom eye. So you almost want to think of the wing going in the same direction as your bottom lash line. So I draw a line from the edge up and same thing, small strokes. Oh, And the funny face, you ever notice that like we're making funny faces? Michelle's kind of a pro at it. But if you keep your mouth open, that'll keep you from blinking. I like to look like a glitter ball. This needs a little extra blending in.
And now I'll brush a little bit on my forehead. I have a big forehead, so I don't like to put a lot on there.
So if you have a big forehead, what is mine?
Well, yours is big for the shape of your face. I have a big head. I have a lot of face, so it's different. The face. But when the light hits it and when you take pictures, that's when you can really kind of see it the most. Where the light will actually hold on to that glitter on your face and brighten your face and lift your face up. The key to put on a great lash is to take your time and I start and I place the lash on the center first.
Okay.
Because if you start with the corner, sometimes they'll lift when you try to put the other corner on. But when you wait till the glue get a little tacky, I place it right above my lash and in the middle. So then I'll take the corner.
For me, the most memorable moment of the Olympics was when Michelle won.
I was just crying.
No, she was putting lipstick on.
Yep.
Listen,
Sure did.
I did. That's horrible. But
And
I did cry. I did cry.
But I was in the village watching and I was like, that's right, girl. Get your face together.
Because I'm like, and it's funny because I did cry and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I can't cry too much because my lashes are going to fall off. And so, like, that was definitely on my mind as I won the priorities, right? Because of my skin tone and my lips naturally are darker on the outside and lighter on the inside, I tend to go for an eyeliner, a lip liner around my lips to kind of just keep with the natural transition of my lips. So I will line it just a little bit brown. Sometimes I'll use a purple. Like for the Olympics, I use a purple liner with the red lipstick, kind of adds a different flair to it.
I don't usually do lip liner, and I'm like a matte lipstick. And I guess I line my lips with this. I have a mantra: the brighter the lipstick, the faster I run, which seems to be working. But I like to go for bright lips. I think, well, I'm gonna say, because I feel like the rest of my face I do kind of, I'm not gonna say natural because contour and highlight isn't natural, but I don't do eyeshadow, so I feel like I can play with my lips. So my lips are usually a bright color. So
I think what we're gonna try to do to your face, we're gonna definitely do what I did with this eye, is put that little bit of shimmer on the inside.
Okay.
So I think you can handle that, right? But you see how that's already kind of made a difference already?
Yeah. But if I was doing it, I would like freak out right now.
I know, but all you have to do is practice.
the key is also to do little by little. Like, don't try to just do one big stroke and see, like Michelle's taking baby strokes and building it.
Yeah.
You cannot look at it. So I just added a little bit right there on the outside to give you just a little more definition.
It definitely feels different the way you do it than the way I do it.
Because you're heavy-handed with it.
Yeah, I try to like draw it.
Yeah. And oh, you want to use light strokes.
Yeah.
Light, soft strokes. You want to be gentle with your face. So this is your face.
Yeah.
And the skin on your face is pretty gentle, especially around your eyes. So the softer you are with it, the better. And also when you do your makeup and you start light, you can always go darker. But if you start dark, it's hard to lighten it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I've noticed throughout this whole process is the importance of having the right brush.
Yeah, brushes do make a difference, especially when you're learning how to do makeup.
Yeah.
And so you always want to have like a light little fluffy brush. This is like a good blending brush to make sure all the colors are blending in perfectly. And then also like a flatter brush where you can really place color where you want it.
I try to do it, boom, one touch and it's there.
Is there?
Yeah.
You gotta look at the eye, your eyes sticking between the two eyes.
Yeah.
You see how it looks like you have more space there now?
Yeah.
So that's like makeup kind of creates illusions. You can always make something look bigger or look smaller depending on all where you place it. So for you, placing the lighter colors more on the inside helps open your eyes. Oh, this brush is awesome. So look down.
Smudge it all over.
But you see, it's not really taking me long.
No, it's not.
It's not taking me long at all.
I think what happens is I put it on and I'm like, oh my god, what have I done? So then I try to blend it as fast as possible to fix it.
Yeah, and I think this tapping and not putting so much in one place at one time kind of helps eliminates that. So you have more control over how it's going on your face.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I like to do. I'm all about mixing and matching stuff.
No.
As you can tell. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put this nude one on first. I'm going to put it on the inside of your lips. And then we're going to take this cute little pink color you have. And we're going to put this color on the outside. And then you can add gloss to it if you want to, or you can leave it just like that. And then you're good to go.
Awesome.
So that was simpler from what we did on my face. So
yeah, I think I can come close to this.